Hello, this is the non-dual lectionary for the 10th Sunday after Pentecost in year C, and we've got what to me is a good one today. Not an easy one, not straightforward on how it connects, but really rich, and we'll probably end up just touching the surface, really. Let's jump to it. We're still continuing with Luke, chapter 12, verses 49 through 56. I have come to cast fire upon the earth, and how I wish it were already ablaze. I have a baptism with which to be baptized, and what constraint I am under until it is completed. Do you think that I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, five in one household will be divided, three against two, and two against three. They will be divided father against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. He also said to the crowds, when you see a cloud rising in the west, you immediately say, it's going to rain, and so it happens. And when you see the south wind blowing, you say, there will be scorching heat, and it happens. You hypocrites, you know how to interpret the appearance of earth and sky, but why do you not know how to interpret the present time? Ha! So, I mean, right off the bat, this doesn't sound like what we think of as spiritual, right? Um, all the things about oneness and unity with everything, and what we've got from Jesus here is the exact opposite. Did I come to bring peace to the earth? No, division. It doesn't sound much more dualistic than that, right? Um, but which is partly why I love this so much, right? Because it kind of takes us aback in a fun way, I think, because I mean, okay, again, the unlocking things again, right? What sounds like out there is really in here. And also, I've been using this all along, but haven't, I don't think, made it explicit. But another way we can think about some of these things is if it appears to be talking about division, right, or about dualistic things, that's in the realm of like the psychological self, the ego self. And so when we read this, then, right, like I've come to cast fire upon the earth, and I have a baptism with which to be baptized. So right there, I think is one of the keys to unlocking this whole section. So, if you think that I've come to bring peace, to bring solace or good feeling, right, to the separate self sense. If you think all I've come is to reorganize how you feel about things and how, the surface level of things goes, Jesus is saying exact opposite, right? I've actually come to burn it all down and split it all up because I have a baptism with which to be baptized. And baptism here, right, meaning like transformation, um, realization of true nature. I mean, baptism, the sense of being chosen, being born again. I know those words have been misused incredibly, but if we hear them fresh, what do they sound like? I mean, they sound like recognition of true self, right? They sound like exactly what we've been talking about. So, this first section there, then, right? Like, no, I have not come to make you all feel better. I've not come to cater to the separate self sense, the psychological self. It's, this is all about transformation. And the second part then, just kind of flows from the first, I think, which is, just the sense of like, hey, open your eyes, look, right? See what there is to see. This can be this is a challenging teaching, right? Not the, the easy guidance into, like a new meditation, right? That's nice and calm. But, I think a lot of us who have done anything like this, you know, any teacher who only does that is probably not worth too much, right? The teacher inevitably needs to be challenging. I mean, the teaching is challenging. That's inevitable, right? And so a teacher will just follow up on that and not let it go, not let you off the hook. Um, so what's the present time? Again, not out there, but in here, right? You know how to say, oh, this is, what flows from that, and I can see this, but hey, open up your eyes, right? Look at what's right here, right now. So yeah, I mean, I think we've got this section that's, expressly talking about division. It sounds really dualistic on its face, but especially in the context of everything we've been talking about all along, um, and with those little unlocking keys, right? Of the what sounds like out there being in here, and when there's that attack and conflict, it's often geared at the the ego self, the psychological self. I think that unlocks, a really neat thing from this passage. Now, I'm not pretending that's all there is here because, man, could really dig into a little bit more about what baptism means and what the fire means on earth and interpreting the present time and all of that. There's this apocalyptic kind of stuff in here, that, apocalyptic type of teaching or spiritual discussion has been grossly misused, but has its real thing in the non-dual or the awakening type of teaching. So I'm not going to get into all that for right now, but really cool, I think, because again, what's Jesus pointing at is, hey, yeah, this looks like this is what is right here, right? Like bringing peace or trying to make the psychological self feel better, and but a really direct, a really challenging teaching to like, hey, say, hey, no, I'm here to show you, and you're here to open your eyes about what is right now. And what is not what you think, what your psychological self grabs onto, but true self is what is right now.